Yeah. Do you know that you don't really digest Cheerios?
No.
You don't. I chew. Like, when did you
They
chew
don't
them?
decompose and they don't digest?
Oh, I assume they decompose, but I definitely saw some full Cheerios.
We need to chew more as a culture. Are we live? Oh, we're live. Talking about the importance of chewing your food. Okay. Oh, we're live. I'm gonna hit share. And I'm gonna sorry, you just see me sitting in the chair laughing. I'm gonna share it
What's
to
so funny, Jesse?
Everything. Life is funny.
No, but seriously. What's the story?
That's
You
not
don't
it's
wanna
not
talk
my
about
story to tell.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Don't have my voice. Don't share my voice. I'm trying to find the event page so I can share the live event to the event page. There it is. So last
Palo Alto to watch the Foo Fighters?
Sure. Last week was pretty quiet. Let's see how many people we can get here by sharing. Hi, Steve. We got Kelly from her studio. We got Dusty from her studio. So nice. Yes, I will push. I will be the pusher. We gotta share. Or hi. What?
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
How are you?
Okay. So
It's quiet here tonight.
it is quite quiet.
What?
It
I
is-
never know how many people are going to be. Sometimes you guys are like,
I know, it's crazy. The whole thing is crazy. The whole thing is madness. Actually, that's going to be the first piece.
We're getting good shares. Probably means people are staying home tonight. We're getting lots of good shares.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Right? So if there's no shares and no people,
Then we're in trouble.
then Rich starts to sound the trauma alarm. If there's lots of shares or
Right.
What does the alarm sound like?
Okay.
okay, how do I do that? Can you do that? Show me again. Like,
Yes.
I think I do it properly.
Just come
Huh? Okay.
So I'll show you what I do and then tell me if it's right. So I go to my page,
Yeah.
right? And then I find you guys, which you guys are, right? And then, but then sometimes I have to go,
Yeah, sometimes I have to go out and go back in.
I have to go here sometimes. And then, are you guys on right now? So would this be the one I share?
No. So it's not September. Sometimes, why is September? Oh, here.
I share this one?
Yeah, so 3 minutes. I always look at the time. So 3 minutes ago, that's like how long ago it was posted. And then,
Oh, so then I just hit share.
yeah, so that shows where it's going to. So it's going to your page. Yeah, I always have to look too, because sometimes there's like an old one up at the top, and sometimes it's the newest one. So.
Okay, so then what I usually do is I have this up and then I watch it also on my TV so I can
Oh, cool.
then I can, because if I'm just watching here,
Yeah,
then I can't bid.
you have to go out to text.
So if I
right.
keep this on, the TV on YouTube, and then I've got this. But so if you ever see me coming off and on, it's because I have to go like this to
Yeah.
text.
Totally. Oh my
So
gosh, you
now-
totally got it figured out though. That's awesome.
So now how do I, there's a thing where I can see what's coming up tonight. You're like, oh,
Yes, I'll show you that. Okay, so go back to Rumble House. And okay, so go and on here.
Is it cold out?
No, not really.
So that's this is the event.
Oh, nice.
So every week I share usually Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. I try to make an event
What's
page.
that?
So this one I just made it yesterday.
Oh, right.
But this is Rumble 504. So and
Yeah.
it's happening now. So then you can click
Or
on this is the event. And then under discussion, I shared the live video so people can find it. But also there's did actually
Perfect.
Kelly share? Ah, look,
I
Kelly
hope
already put up lion.
Okay.
So it's just it was created. Kelly put up hers, and then I
Okay, we're losing the
Put up
viewers.
for tonight. Okay.
yeah,
So
that's
what I should do then, what would be smarter is to have this up,
and then you
and my
can
YouTube,
Totally.
and then I could just.
and then you can even ask, like, if you're curious about a piece, then you can put up or text
I'm gonna try
us,
this again. Okay, so I go into Humble House.
Yeah.
And then I find your.
and then just scroll
page.
down, and then the
So you're 504
yeah.
today, so I go to that, and then.
discussion.
So we can hit the American
Can't
news
hear
and be like, oh my God.
Oh, I think I posted that on the thing,
Oh.
so you might have to go back one.
Oh, I see.
Do you see it? Yeah, because I post the live video to the event as well, just in case people find if that's easier.
Right, okay.
Are you
so
rolling the
there-
thing?
there we go.
Yeah. All right. So people watching, we were just talking about how to find the event page, and if you click on Rumble House and you just scroll down, I usually put it up try to put it up Sunday, but then might be Monday, might be Tuesday, because I kind of sometimes forget. So and you just scroll down on the Rumble House page, and then you can see the latest event page will be the closest to the top there. Hi, nice sweater. Okay, I'm gonna start with the land acknowledgement, and then we're gonna get rolling on I already got the first piece of inspiration. I'm gonna read it to you. Okay, land acknowledgement first. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika, Sitapi, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all the Treaty 7 signatories, including the Tsuut'ina people, as well as the Iarhe Nakota Nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley. This land is also home of Métis Nation, Region 3, and all others who call this place home. Thank you so much for coming. This is Rumble 504, and I just got this book in the mail. So Khalil Gibran wrote The Prophet, and as people's birthdays come up, they say on Facebook, it's like, happy birthday, David Bowie, and happy birthday. And it was Khalil Gibran's, and then I started reading more about him, because I always had the book The Prophet, but I never knew anything else. And he also did beautiful drawings, and he was like a very wonderful thinker. So I got this book of poems that he did, and the very first poem was really wonderful. So it's called The Madman. You ask me how I became a madman. It happened thus. One day, long before many gods were born, I woke from a deep sleep, and I found all my masks were stolen. The 7 masks I have fashioned and worn in 7 lives. I ran maskless through the crowded streets, shouting, "Thieves! Thieves! The cursed thieves!" Men and women laughed at me, and some ran into their houses in fear of me. And when I reached the marketplace, a youth standing on a housetop cried, "He is a madman!" I looked up to behold him. The sun kissed my own naked face for the first time. For the first time, the sun kissed my own naked face, and my soul was inflamed with love for the sun, and I wanted my masks no more. As if I was in a trance, I cried, "Blessed, blessed are the thieves who stole my mask." Thus I became a madman, and I have found both freedom and safety in my madness. The freedom of loneliness and the safety from being understood. For those who understand us enslave something in us. But let me not be too proud of my safety. Even a thief in a jail is safe from another thief.
Even if he's in a jail, safe from what?
Another thief.
Right.
That was good.
So it reminded me of the allegory of the cave, when you think you know everything, and you're being shown the shadows, and then he escaped to the sun, and he's like, "Oh, we're just seeing shadows of everything. This is the real world." But then when you try to talk about it to other people, they're like, "You're crazy."
We were talking lots today about your masks and how many of us are good at masking our anxiety and masking how that's become more of a negative word, and you don't want people to mask who they really are, but it's kind of happening everywhere all the time.
Always.
All
yeah.
the time.
So that is the first idea, masks. Hi, practice. Second. Ah,
You're like a peacock. It's beautiful.
that
Not peacock colors, more flamingo colors.
Oh my gosh, Rich.
What?
The second piece of inspiration came up as boundaries. Prepare a story about being on the brink, crossing the border, or encountering an unexpected barrier. Meddlesome in-laws or intruding outlaws. Regale us with tales of the ball that went out of bounds, the fence that you hopped, or that time a neighbor opened your mail. Mark your territory. Can I show you something super cute? Felix made a sign for his space in the back. It says, "I need some alone time." And then on the other side, it says, "Come in," with a smiley face.
Looks like
So
you're
it's like
saying-
we were talking about boundaries just earlier because we found it and it was like, that is so cute.
That's the best.
I need some alone time.
That's so
It looks like you said he Ned some Allen time.
Oh, Alan. Boundaries is the second piece of inspiration. And last but never least, from Shel Silverstein.
What is it?
The worst. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
When singing songs of scariness, of bloodiness and hairiness, I feel obligated at this moment to remind you of the most ferocious beast of all. 3,000 pounds and 9 feet tall, the glurpy slurpy Skakagral, who's standing right behind you. That is a great face.
It's very good.
So, the worst, boundaries, and masks. That's good. There's lots of stuff.
Yeah.
We are gonna be putting up artwork on the event page, and we're gonna be making artwork. And text us if you have any questions. 403-629-7424.
That's 403-629-7424.
Oh, we got Theo here, and Dusty and Kelly. And Rich is making
Oh, tell
art.
Kelly I have another pair of flu bugs on today.
Oh, Dusty.
I'll send you a picture, Dusty.
Yeah. So,
They're not
oh,
as
those are
exciting.
no, those are beautiful.
Pretty exciting.
I'll send Dusty a picture.
That is so much fun. Oh, your hair is so beautiful.
You are so beautiful to me.
What's it?
Yeah, well, the first bus didn't stop for me at the bus stop.
Rude.
He's really rude. The driver
That's
was
like-
really rude.
His job.
And then the train left 2 minutes early, so I had to wait 15 minutes for a train.
Oh man.
So cold.
Early trains are brutal. Early buses. Early trains
Yeah.
are just like unforgivable.
If you're early, just wait a
you could have
second.
avoided, you know?
Yeah.
I had time
Or I mean to say the opposite is with late you're stopped by something, but early you could have always
Like
put
you
yourself
did.
in the right lot.
Yeah.
So,
and then there were so
Hi.
many red trains, but no blue trains. There was 4 came before my blue train. And I was like,
Oh yeah. That's be the right train. Okay.
I'm tired.
Me too.
What are the pieces of inspiration tonight, Jess?
you are.
Masks.
Masks?
I am.
You are my.
Masks, boundaries.
Right,
Oh,
I'm
and the
not-
monster behind you.
Yes.
The worst.
And I Ned alone time.
I need alone time.
Hi Ned, how are you? I remember your name again. Yay! I think it's stuck now. It's in there forever. You cannot trick me anymore with your ever-changing face. Do you know that depending on the hat, Sid looks like a completely different person?
That's so awesome.
And
It's true.
for
It's-
what
it's
was
true.
it 4 weeks in a row? I was like, I'm sorry. Could you remind me of your name? Like no clue. And
That's
it's
so.
just they're like,
That's
Sid.
really
I'm like,
interesting.
oh no! Are you for real?
No,
Like there's something with your face that I had like total face blind. It must have been something that you were wearing that I looked
I
at
changed
instead
my
of your
style.
face.
I got new hats that are gonna come into rotation.
But I
come
think I've
springtime.
got it now. I think there was just I don't know what it is because it was seriously like when I say can you remind me of your name? It really means I have no clue who you are. So can you tell me? So there was no recognition there at all. I have your t-shirt. They're now in a bag on my floor in my bedroom.
Couple tips.
So
close.
Ask people how to spell their name.
That's a good one too.
I don't like doing that because then their name is like Bob. And I'm like, okay.
Is that Bob with a silent J?
Right?
So instead of asking people to spell their name, I'm like, how do you pronounce your name?
Same problem, Bob.
If someone's name was ever Bob, I'd be like, well, maybe some people pronounce it.
Not the silent B.
Bob? Like,
Long
Longo.
We were trying to figure out somebody's name at work today, and he's like a younger dude, our age. And there's a gentleman I work with who is running through a list of names, and he's like, I don't know, Henry, Gary. I'm like, stop it! It's not 1942. Nobody's named Gary anymore.
Reginald.
No, his name was Connor.
Connor. Of course it was.
Who isn't named
Gary?
Doreen?
Nobody's named Gary anymore.
Gary. My
Names
dad.
are kid Gary.
My dad's like 75. It's like the last time, and his dad was named Gary.
Brad's still a pretty common one.
Which is?
I've only met one Brad in my lifetime.
Oh, I've known many Brads. They were all my age. Many Brads, many Michaels,
So many Michaels.
so many Chads.
There were so,
So
many
many
Chads.
So many Chads.
I don't know.
They
I,
fit their names.
I
Have
apologize.
you
I
ever
might.
dated a Chad?
I might
Yes.
just
Was he 4 feet tall?
a resounding
No, my
yes.
Mine was a bass
He's
player.
4'3". Oh, I married a bass player. I'm sorry.
I'm a bass player.
Ugly people.
Whoa,
not
like
meant to
two
marry.
bass players.
Hi, guys. Are you out of here?
Yeah.
Bye,
It was
Sarah.
really nice seeing you. Bye.
How does that work?
Today's a really
You
funny
just
day.
harmonize or what?
Right? How does two bass players in a relationship work?
It doesn't.
You guys
It
can-
doesn't.
There was a lot of drinking, I'll say that. This was back when I used to drink.
Me too. Oh, that's funny.
I dated a bass player and drank a lot as well, actually.
I kind of think that's what you do with a bass player.
Yeah. And then you go to their show and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was great.
But there is strategy behind dating a bass player. There is, because it's not the lead singer. You never go after the lead singer because they're way too hot and they're just F boys. No,
Yeah.
like, not interested. The lead guitar player is usually thinks they're pretty amazing.
They're
bass
wondering
player-
why they're not getting the attention of the lead singer.
It's funny because I was going to say the same thing about those generalizations, but from a completely different vantage point. And it really has more to do with personality than how they look. But there is a personality for a bass player, and they're usually
Yeah.
There's a set of archetypes for an effective TV show. Star Trek, there's the father figure, Kirk, mother figure, Bones. Serious son is Spock, playful son can be Sulu or Chekhov. Right?
Yeah.
The Beatles'
Do you want your
father
piece
figure
back?
is
Or do
You want to try it again?
Sure. Yeah, we can.
uh,
sure.
John, mother figure is Paul. Serious son was George. Playful son is Ringo. So there's this,
Yeah.
and it doesn't, gender isn't an issue with
No.
it. But in bands, your bass player is the mother of the band. It's a support person and just think about the
Just, yeah.
instrument. They're not there to be
Really
flashy or get attention. They're there to hold the band together.
Yeah.
So the same persona that would be interested in playing bass would also be interested in stopping all the fights in the band.
Oh, that's true.
You don't possibly have like an iPhone cable, do you?
Yes, we do.
Oh, do you? Because mine's just chewed up, I realized.
Is this for keeping?
No,
or just for
releasing. Yeah.
Rich, is there a thing of tape?
We're gonna
Just-
need this on back for the auction, now, okay?
Is there
Yeah,
a thing of tape accessible, Rich?
Or there won't be an auction. So it won't be. What are you saying, sorry?
Alex was just asking for a thing of tape, and I was,
We don't have tape.
I was looking. I don't really.
Tape
Hello.
we do have.
Have
is
you
for-
been in before? Oh, fun. Do you know what we do? We just started, we get ideas and then we're just making artwork right now. And then at 9:00 we have a live auction.
Okay, how do you bring your own material? Or?
Yeah, we before COVID we had materials here for sharing, but at COVID we gave everything away, so people could use. So we just say bring your own materials because then you know what you're using too, and then we do it every Wednesday, so you can kind of check it out, and then yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Pumpkins here too.
So, just I grab a corner.
Yeah, it's just So our
I'm
piece.
stuck in, by the way, I'm from Mexico. I'm Swiss, but
Oh, nice
I
to
was in Mexico. But
nice to meet
I'm an
you.
artist, and I work with trauma people
Oh,
through
wow.
art.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I
So
wanna
we do this every single Wednesday. We never know who's coming, and
Eileen,
Yeah.
I was talking to Nancy, her son comes here.
Okay.
And she said, my son would do something like my son. I was telling her I carry like 300 paintbrushes with me all the time.
that's awesome.
Yeah, okay. thank you.
Yeah, just find a space.
I probably do. Yeah, I do. That's what I need. Thank you.
Amazing. Let us know if you need
My name's
anything.
Fabienne.
Vivienne?
Fabienne.
Fabienne. Very nice to meet you. I love your boots. I just
Yeah,
saw
paint
them. They're
These are-
amazing.
They're some designer I can't remember, but
They're really
they're my
cool.
design now. Thanks. What's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica. Thank
Yeah.
you, Jessica.
Very nice to meet you.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my gosh, Rich.
Oh,
That looks beautiful. I'm just seeing it from the back. So
That is
I have other ideas to do, but I want to finish this snake.
I usually work.
but occasionally it becomes a hat.
Jess, you're gonna cross the line with me.
Oh, we're crossing the pizza line? The line has been crossed.
All right, artwork. What's sold last week? Do I remember?
Oh, here, I have the list. It's not very long.
That's correct. Oh, nothing's. That's why I don't remember. I was at work today and got changed. And somebody at work was like, "Why are you getting changed?" I'm like, "Because I'm going to Rumble House," and I was in a white suit. I was like,
100%.
"No,
So,
this will not work."
every time I see a kid with white coming into the art room, I'm like,
Well,
ooh.
it wasn't even white that you could bleach. It was like cream.
Oh.
Head to toe cream.
Mhm.
Yeah. One day I'll wear my fancy work clothes here. Maybe. It's a really pretty new shirt. It's silk and it's all piratey and
Mm.
I've got a pretty new dress.
Did you?
Yeah.
How are you?
To a drag show.
Probably not close. I'm staying for one.
Oh, that's amazing. You look like Sasha Velour.
It's so comfy and so flowy and
It's so pretty.
Got all my
Go to
recipes and
Valley Village, it's still
benchmark
over.
stuff.
And did you wear a hat? Did you rock
I
the
forgot
ball?
to send the
Just
signature page out,
Oh.
so I have
I
to go
love
home
that.
and do that.
I love that.
Oh.
That's what
Sky,
we do before we
you're
You're
start.
still ahead.
This is perfect. What do you wear for shoes?
No.
uh,
I'm about 3 months behind.
That's okay.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
part of the look.
You're
Don't
doing good.
apologize for that.
I had bright red lipstick and dark eyeshadow with
Brilliant.
gold glitter.
You're beautiful. That's stunning. Good for you. Well done.
And I borrowed that belt from my mom.
It's a good belt. Value Village is a great place to get
It
belts.
still had the dress had the original
Yeah.
plays on it.
Or actually, Goodwill is actually better than Value Village. to get belts. There's a really good one by Chinook. I find a lot of my stuff there.
Good work.
Yeah.
You know, I got 3 dresses for like $75.
It's good. There's
It's a
good
good
stuff.
Goodwill.
You always find stuff in there with tags on it still. And
My girls were so like anti-Value Village because they were like maybe a little entitled. And I remember at that time, to be a teenager, you had to have one of every color of the Source hoodies.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like buying into those things like so much. And so I took Robin. Robin needed new pants. And she's like, I need new pants. And that's I'll take you to the mall, but I'm stopping in Valley Village. She's like, I'm not going to Valley Village. I'm like, you don't have to go to Valley Village. I'm going to Valley Village. And I got there. she didn't want to go inside. I was like, you don't have to go inside. I'll see you in a minute. And I went inside, and then I waited like 10 minutes, and I came back to see if she was bored. She's like, okay, I'll come in. So she comes into Valley Village, and I just put $100 in her pocket. I'm like, here's your money for your pants. And so then I went into Valley Village, and I just tried things on for a bit. And then I turned around, she's got an armful of stuff, and she was converted. And now she makes a living. Part of her living is repurposing clothes from Valley Village, and she like sells things to Beyonce and Rihanna, used clothes, repainted and repurposed. So it like became like her part of her career path is.
Could I add to your story?
Yeah.
That potentially she wasn't privileged or entitled. Potentially she was really scared of being bullied.
No,
You don't think so?
I don't accept that explanation.
I don't accept.
Because we had to shop at Valley Village and we would never admit it when we were teenagers or kids. Never. And now consignment is like 90% of my life. That's all I
I think
do.
you and I have different philosophies because last week we had the same conversation where you were saying, "Hey, you know that feeling when everybody expects you to do this?" And I'm like, "What? No, I'm autistic, and I think my daughter probably is too." I don't think there's any sense. Okay, my weakness is I have no interest in pleasing the public. My strength, I have no interest in pleasing the public.
Yeah. But do you think that's her too?
Yes, I think she's
Okay.
also autistic.
Okay. That's good.
She's incredibly vocal. So it wasn't. No, it was more that I think at first she thought it was low.
Well, that's fair.
Sorry, was I abrupt with that, by the way?
No, not at all.
No, that doesn't sound correct at all.
I just know that we called it BB Boutique on purpose because we hated it. And there was a Zellers that we all got our shoes at. And the thing is, everybody in our entire school had the same white sneakers. And yet we would like duck and cover and run into Zellers so that nobody saw you go in there. And now it's like, if they would only bring Zellers back.
They are bringing Zellers back. It's
I
in the news
know. I know.
Oh.
So it's good. Baba Yaga house sold, right?
Yes.
Zellers?
Yeah.
I miss the cafeteria and getting their gross french fries and gravy.
today. Really, I
Sitting
missed
in there
that.
with my grandma.
I missed that in the Bay cafeteria.
The Bay cafeteria was good. Shepherd's pie at the Bay.
Yeah.
This is the address that I got. Is this one?
That one's good too. Yeah, it's super cute.
And there's the other one is white and black.
Look at you. And your pile of clothes in the background.
Do you know
Yeah.
how
They're all clean.
hard we're all gushing inside of you right now, but we're not trying to embarrass you because you know you don't want the positive attention. But I'm super happy for you.
They're amazing.
All those clothes are clean. That's how I do my laundry.
I know.
Probably how all of us do
I'm
our
not
laundry.
I'm not good at drawers and
No,
hangings.
I put mine in baskets for a week
Oh.
before they go into.
Oh, if I had a
I
laundry
fold them and
basket,
nicely stack them in a panic basket.
What does that mean, a panic basket?
Ours are in doom
Um,
piles.
Yeah,
Panic-
Wow, is that
it's
the
a doom pile. Or
It's a
panic
doom pile in a basket.
or a same thing.
See, when I was single, I would do laundry and I would rarely get the laundry put away before it was time to wear it. So if I wore an entire load of laundry before I washed it again, I mean before I put it in the drawers, I would feel like that was a win.
Yeah.
Like, score.
This
I almost wasted time putting that stuff away.
this week it was like because we went away, we came home, we were doing laundry, I dumped the clean laundry on Felix's bed, and then I went down to get the new laundry, and then it's like that, like double the amount of clean laundry.
This is why I can't wrap my head around how you guys said it doesn't matter if your apartment has laundry in it or not.
What does that mean?
Because we were
Oh.
talking about me renting a place downtown.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, no, you don't have laundry. I can't live there. I have clothes that lives permanently in my dryer. Like, there's always clothes in the dryer.
Do you love doing laundry though?
No,
Okay, because this is why I think you should live in an apartment that has shared laundry. Is we have 25 machines downstairs. And we do laundry
I
every
take-
4 months or so.
Yeah, I take up 5 machines. I do so much laundry, and then
Having
it's
your
like
own
Christmas.
laundromat in the building is well worth only having to think about it once every 5
Once a
weeks.
month. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But don't the washers get stinky because people leave stuff in?
No, they're washers.
No. They were, and they just replaced them. So they were not the greatest, but they just
Like
replaced
there's
them.
nothing worse than pulling your towels out of a washing machine and they
Yeah.
have that stinky.
There's
musty
something
smell.
worse. Ask Sky what's worse than that.
Yeah, so you saw me on the weekend.
Yeah.
During the week, I was diving in poop.
Oh.
Was I right?
Literal
that worse?
poop.
Why?
Someone had to.
Oh, it's like the scene in the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I was wearing a
It's
hazmat
really
suit.
yeah.
What is that show called?
No, Slumdog Millionaire.
Yes.
Oh, I was wearing a hazmat suit.
So I have to focus.
That doesn't
Hazmat
make it
suits.
better.
It totally makes it better. A lot less worse. It'd be a lot worse without
I said
that.
you have to take it off.
He's got people that
He got
bring him
pressure.
down.
I come out of the water, climb a ladder, and I'm on a platform in a little hole. They pressure wash me off. And I take the hat off. I climb up, and then they pressure wash me off again. I take my pack off, and then scrub me down with bleach.
I like the
pressure wash
part.
me again.
Like
Does
just
that not make you go, "Oh, a few months ago I was diving in the ocean and now I'm in Alberta diving in shit."
Well, you get paid hazard pay, so
Alberta. Yeah, they'll give you money in
So then
Alberta,
you
but you
can't
have to be in
You
poop.
get your car cleaned.
That's a good analogy.
You get the money.
So is that here?
I was in Leduc. I got paid LOA and hazard pay. So I made an extra $275 a day.
Or-
Oh God, you have pictures.
It's the sewage system.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I found out that Cheerios aren't really digested. And they also
Either
float.
It never
corn,
gets not
Cheerios,
funny.
onions. There's a whole list of things.
stuff I didn't want to know.
You're down there, it's like, hold a second.
Oh, I recognize that. That's an exo marker. I
What
swear
a crappy job.
to guys, and every time they went to the bathroom, they told me like, "Oh, I'm adding to your swimming pool." I was like, "Thanks, great."
That's awesome.
It's not. That's
Got a little surprise for you here. Here comes new guy.
Finish work and they take you out for chili.
New diver.
Or
Every
Cheerios.
time I'm like, "Oh, I just dropped a brown trout in your swimming pool."
men are disgusting.
They're just human beings are pretty gross.
Mom, they won't stop talking about poo.
I think 4 dives in that. It didn't go over my head though. It's just like,
All right, I
And
tell my
then-
son, I tell him that, hey, there's some jobs you can get in Alberta for diving. He's talking about doing it in the aquarium out there.
You will
Yeah,
be
I
dying and diving in
I hit the
fecal
bottom and I
matter.
just thigh deep, and then I sank another foot. There's a lot of solid matter.
Did you get a picture of that? Was it Rodin?
The sculpture?
Yeah, do you have a Rodin?
How many
Yeah.
dives do you
How many
have?
do you have? Send me all your Rodins.
You doing
80
another
something.
Possibly.
Oh,
That's
you
including
should
school.
see.
I
Tice
just- my son's
sent me
wedding,
home
so I
with
just
his
did my 50th
portfolio from
dive.
last
It's all
year,
red.
and he did a figure of a naked lady this big
Yeah.
with charcoal and pen on paper, and she's growing like these spores out of her head.
Oh.
And he's been doing
Oh,
this
he
thing
was
with his
also there
figure
when
drawing
I
lately,
ended.
where their hands
Oh,
and their
shoot.
feet are
Yeah.
way too big.
Oh, yeah, 'cause they
And
kinda
it's,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
I'm like,
gave it to the
how do I
firefighter.
frame it?
Yeah,
It's
he's
so
been diving
huge.
for so
That's
long.
nice.
I've actually been
So
looking at
something
buying
just
2
comes
pieces
after
of
2000.
acrylic.
Yeah, I was
And you
gonna
can,
say
like-
dry
They
mounting
also
it or
train-
something.
Yeah, or you can pin them
instructors.
together in the corners. It's so good.
That's so
It's so good.
I think
But
there's
I'm like,
lots of
how do you buy a
opportunity
frame
to
that big? It's a
Yeah.
full sheet of, so it's like 4 feet
Do you know
by
the,
3 feet, I think.
that's
Uh,
cool.
There's the
diving in
building
the dam,
on
but
it.
no.
There's a building with what on it?
An 8 on it.
Yeah.
They have.
They have poster size, right? Oh,
They have.
but are they
6 foot
nice or are they black?
I don't know. You'll have
I
to
don't
go
know.
look.
Okay, I will
Probably
look, but I
changed
do
over
know the building
They're-
for sure.
they
Okay,
have
that's
giant
good.
size posters. Now there might be expensive there, and I'll tell you, this is awful, but I think IKEA also has.
I don't think IKEA has big enough ones. I looked. Although some of their pictures are big enough that you can buy, and you can usually find those on Facebook Marketplace for like $5.
Yeah.
So I could buy one of those and just
Yeah.
steal the frame, right? Yeah.
Do you think you could grab me something off the printer when it goes?
Try it.
When it goes.
Oh.
Valley Village. Get the brain off of this.
I do try.
Oh yeah,
They're
like the
hard to
yeah,
find,
the big landscapes and stuff that they
They're-
usually.
they,
and they don't have glass.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Does it need glass?
I don't know. I think I need to spray it though. I gotta figure out how to do that.
You could even resin it, I guess.
That's true.
Does that
Really?
resonate with you?
Hi.
I'll go look.
Did that sound judgy? Hi. You're here super early. It's so nice to see you.
Oh, thanks.
How's your day?
It's going, fine.
Fine-ish. There's lots of food there. Egg-based thingies.
Egg-based things.
Yeah.
Quiche. Oh, quiche.
No,
That's smart.
no, like egg salad sandwiches.
Oh,
Devil food. Eggs.
Deviled
The
eggs.
the devil's food. Indeed.
Oh.
Devil's food.
I love the devil's food.
I do too. Maybe eat them on the way out though, because they
Satan salad.
will contribute to poor Scott's problems. Did Theo's
Oh, he's down
four-pack
with that.
sell last week?
That's all
To
behind
Dusty.
him now.
$10. Yeah.
Did all of them sell?
Oh no! Put that up
They're
again.
still
'Cause-
in that
yes. Sorry. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
That's water under the bridge.
It's poo in his fridge. No. Oh boy.
Oh.
You know, you just saw it. You just got it. You know, set up perspective.
I was saying I have so many images in my head, but this was started, so I want to
So
finish
it's this one?
this first.
You just say you want.
No, I have so many images in my head.
Gotcha.
Oh, the apartment I wanted to buy on the 13th floor.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Already? Holy.
It's okay. It was not meant to be mine.
Yeah. That was fast though.
It was like 45 days, I think.
Oh really?
That's super fast.
Oh,
I
wow.
was just procrastinating.
Oh okay. I was just that's okay. I feel like you weren't looking for that right now anyways.
No, I need more time.
Yeah.
I have a good plan now.
That's nice.
So I need to hold my horses.
Hold the horses.
Everybody's like, just start looking. I'm like, no, because if I start looking, I'll fall in love and then I'll rush the plan and then it won't work.
Right. Stick to you know what they say about the plan.
That's why I don't want to go look.
Okay.
What do they say about the plan?
That you plan and God laughs at you.
God or yeah, whoever is up there like, laughs at you when you make the plans.
Basically, we can plan all we want. But life
And then life.
happens. Are you guys gonna talk about LA or do we have to ask?
We made a movie.
We made a movie.
There was a movie of it.
Oh yeah, he made a little film about the gallery more. It was so nice. It was like we got in there and Friday the weather was so beautiful and we got in around noon and we were just walking down the beach and I was like, the air doesn't hurt my face.
Right? And the weather so nice was like, what does that mean?
It was like 18 the day we got there and like sunny and the waves the waves were so big because it has been raining there a lot lately and so the water was like really high and the waves were like thunder and the sun was coming up and we sat in this really beautiful restaurant right on the beach and had like really nice food and it was just like sun and then the next day was pouring
Was it cold rain or warm?
no, it was so warm. That's what so we went to the Getty on Saturday like all day. So like when it opened till like we had lunch there and then it was like 4 we started leaving. And then we went home,
Oh, I didn't know
And
you went to dive school.
just like relaxed, and then our friend was playing.
Yeah.
Hi, Greg, if you're watching. He was playing in a bar on the beach, but it was like 40 blocks east, or like some up the beach. And so we didn't want to take the cab anymore, so then we went on a walk. It was pouring, and we were like, "That's okay. It's like nice." So Rich was like, "What's different about this rain?" And I was like, "I'm not shivering. Like
It's not
we're not cold. We were drenched like through and through. Our shoes were completely water. We were walking in puddles, like, but it was not cold at all.
Oh, it's good to run into you again.
Yeah, me too.
It was perfect."
Yeah.
And then Greg was there. He was playing.
It was
some-
me. We walked in and he stops playing and he goes, "Rich and Jess from Canada." I was like, "That's great." Pretty cool to travel to LA, a
Recognize,
showstopper
right?
of all things.
And then we walked back, and then we had to, so because it was still raining, everything was like pretty quiet. We were walking back. We had dinner at the same place.
There's
but
a
it was
couple
like,
magic places we need to go to.
it was so like beautiful because it was a place right on the beach, and it was like two other couples were in the place, and it was just like,
They were going to close early, but somebody missed their reservation.
so they were waiting to see
And
if
so
they
they
came.
served us because somebody else might be showing up. And then the
Nice.
other people showed up and they were too late to get served. So it was like
We made it like
we
perfect.
scored off of their,
So we got to.
Tardiness.
yeah, right?
Love that.
It was all perfect. It was like, and then Sunday, it was really nice again, and we just relaxed and had breakfast.
This one actually stays.
Oh, Patty, these are so beautiful.
I'm glad you like
Oh my god. What is your minimum bid? He stands for real?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Ah!
I see her on Instagram and it makes me fall off every time.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you. Starting bid will be $10.
And his name? Is it just another Baba Yaga house?
Jonathan.
It's Yagaku.
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 Okay.
Jonathan!
I said Chad, we were talking about him earlier.
No, I
Dear.
Oh, I have pieces to maybe throw.
Oh, I should ask. There's a few that are waiting to go up.
Oh, perfect.
Patty, do you want me to put it up or are you?
I don't mind if you do.
Okay,
Oh my god.
no problem.
Oh, there's a hinged roof. I know.
What's my own personal project, buddy? Getting
There
down.
is something truly magical about being somewhere that it's pouring rain though and you're still warm, right? Like I love the rain when it's warm. It's not that Canadian rain that freezes you.
That you're just like chilled to the
Like
core.
I am going to die.
Well, you see, like,
Did you get a
TV
picture
shows
of this
where
one,
people are
Chelsea?
swimming at nighttime.
Good.
Yeah. Do you get that one to put up this week?
Yeah.
Can you put this in?
You see TV shows where people are swimming at nighttime and they're not having seizures, and you're like, well,
Right?
How is this
that's
happening?
so fake, as if that's not a heated swimming pool. It's like, no, it's California.
Well, that's nice that you got some sun because I listened to some podcasters that are out of LA and they've all been complaining about how what's wrong if the world is broken.
They were
It's been, like-
apologizing constantly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry you got such bad weather. We were like, this is amazing.
I
Okay,
think it's
so
been like
I
that
will
weather
admit the
though
one
for
thing-
like 5 weeks though.
The one thing about the weather, well, this has also happened where it's like we went to Nelson,
Hello.
and I admitted that I liked the smell of forest fires. And my friends in Nelson are like, it's a little insensitive when our houses might be gone any minute. I was like, okay, that's fair. Like, I wasn't thinking about the forest fire. But when we kept telling people that we liked the rain, there was also the fact that the people there had been flooded for weeks. So
Yeah.
it might not be so much that they were
Right.
apologizing for the rain as we've missed, what did you call them?
The
Cyclones?
parade of
A
cyclones.
parade of cyclones.
I was looking at the weather the week before.
So there is a point sometimes when your positivity can be negative.
Obnoxious.
Have you
Right.
been here before?
No, it's the
Hi,
first
I'm Chelsea. Nice to meet you.
time. Aaron?
Erin?
No.
Janelle, nice to meet you. How'd you hear about Rumble House?
Just friend. I've heard of it like over the years. I'm scary.
Okay, cool. So this is Rumble House. We're on, what are we on?
504.
504. 504 Wednesdays in a row. So we come and from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock we just hang out, we make art. We spin a wheel and we get inspiration for the art. So tonight's inspiration, we're wearing masks. Boundaries. And
The worst, the monster.
Worst, which is the creature that hangs out behind us. We hang out, we make art, there's food, we have friends who bring us food all the time. We ask that you be nice to your neighbors. It's a sober space, so if you have to use drugs or alcohol, we ask that you do it somewhere else and then come back. What else do you need to know? At 9 o'clock, we have to have the artwork. So if you have artwork that you want to auction or if you want to buy pieces, half the money goes to the artist, half the money goes to keep Rumble House open. This is Rich Shaver,
Hi,
who's
how
the
did you
evil
guys
genius.
It's just a friend. And
Jared.
I've seen it over
Here's
years.
a $50 gift card.
No, it's only good for tonight. I didn't put the date on it. What's the date?
18th.
The 18th. My father's birthday.
January.
Happy birthday, Father.
You can stick around.
He was like, "Are you going to Rumble House?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
so." And then I come with me,
Buy a
and he was like,
$5
"No."
piece and walk $45 change. But we'll
That's
run
what my
it
father
back.
says too.
Stress-free for the first time. Cool. Yeah. It's kind of like you have some heroin, it'll be fine.
Have you created it? Yeah, for sure. If you've made it, 100%.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And the goal is to support local artists. So
Yeah.
that's why we ask, like, don't bring an art that you bought from home. Please. That would make us cry. Unless you buy that art and then you like paint over top of it and make it your own. You do that here a lot, reusing old pieces that have been painted over. Yeah. And we are on social media too. So if you can't stick around, we're on Facebook. And
Can't stick around. I just give them my gift card.
I know.
They'd be
but-
crazy.
In the future.
Friendly.
In the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Auction starts at 9. Yeah. And there's a feed on Facebook. So help us out, take a look around, introduce yourself. Everybody's friendly.
No, that's not
Hey,
true.
I am so friendly.
Alox is
I do
grumpy.
not.
Everybody but Alox is friendly. Sorry, Alox, I was just kidding. In the driveway.
Nerd.
They were the best names ever.
That was the first perfect response.
So that's it. If you have any questions, come find me.
You walked down here to be a
You have
nerd.
$50. That'll probably get you a piece of art, to be honest. January, things are slow. And if you want to check out the art, I don't know if it's on Facebook, but if you find Rumble House, 504, I'm just stopping that, this is on the wrong one. 504 on Facebook, under discussions, we've got all of the art that we're gonna auction off tonight. Listed on.
Oh, I need to.
You get an idea of what you want to do? Okay.
Not me, I think, you, by the way.
No,
It
it was just from last week.
Even if we're nerds.
No, it was there because you got a gift last week. We'll just recycle it.
We're united. You have pieces? Okay, hold on 2 seconds. I'm gonna post Patty's. How do you spell Yaga?
I have no idea.
YAGA.
UGGAGH.
Patty.
Where did all my pants go?
There's black.
This is what happens when I tidy up.
There's a black type there.
No, I moved all my pants.
Oh, they're all. Oh my gosh, there's
There's an H in there. then.
artwork there. Do you want me to put that in the back?
Hi, buddy.
See, they guys won't wing it at you?
Oh, that's for that way.
We have this deal where she doesn't move my stuff. Now this time she didn't move my stuff, she just covered it. But I have
That's
this thing,
better.
well, I have this thing with my autism that if you move something by an inch, it disappears to me. So I won't even look for it, it just stops being.
You landmark.
Is that what
Oh,
it's
that's
called?
exactly what I am too. Guys,
It's like a
Okay,
form of
to
object
clarify.
permanence.
What?
It's like, I think it's a form of object permanence because if someone asks you where something is,
I know
and you
where it is
haven't
from.
moved it, you can be like, it's under the desk beside the
Thank you
dresser.
for this. Can you talk to my wife?
it's called landscape.
Sorry.
Jess,
They
Yeah.
end up like,
can you ask Galen what that game was he was showing me last time? I didn't write it down. The one on his cell phone. He said to try.
He's not doing that.
Galen, what was the game you were showing Kelly last week on your cell phone?
I made an assumption. I'm saying that me. I
Oh,
What did you say?
Kirby Space Program.
Sorry, none of my business.
I
Kirby
assumed that one of our artists was
Space.
outside smoking weed. They were not. They were
Oh.
outside painting.
Yeah,
Made an
I
assumption.
can't remember the.
Sure.
We're looking it up.
Going out to make fun of them. Okay,
I
what
see.
are we doing? A cow. And a bee.
Are they patches for your jacket?
What they could be. The bee was the first cross stitch piece I ever made.
Had something like the dynamics. It had real world physics or something in it.
Yeah,
Jean
I just
jacket,
looked
it
it up.
could go in the pocket.
Yeah, it is. Kirby Space Program. Kerbal.
Oh,
Kerbal Space
Kerbal.
I'm
Program.
the one who bought your girl with the pearl earring piece.
I always call
And
it
I have
Kirby
it up
for
in my
some reason.
bookshelf.
Huh?
I call it
Just
Kirby
kinda
all the
leave it
time. I don't know why.
there.
It's
And
Kerbal.
my sister came
Kerbal.
over
Hey, Steven.
apartment. She's like,
Kerbal
Hey,
Space.
yes.
this is my favorite. Where did you get this?
There's a video game called Kirby. That if one of your kids play it, I'd explain why you use the wrong name.
Yeah.
Or
I'm gonna
maybe
try it this weekend.
Right? Yes. And what is your minimum
Yeah.
bid?
So for the
I feel like
cow,
I just said
5,
that, but-
the bee is 10.
Yes.
It's old
there's a game called Kirby.
and I think
What is it?
What? I don't know anything
I'm
about
wondering why I'm mixing
And then
it
there's
up.
also
So
Prince
maybe I.
it. Probably like maybe one of your kids played it and you weren't really paying attention. Did they
There was
play?
Cubert that I used to play. So maybe that's why.
Nope. Did you play Hubert?
Yep.
I love Hubert for trying to teach kids about 0-point perspective. Because the thing about the Hubert board is it was really hard to visualize because it lacked all perspective, which our eyes are not used to seeing. And beyond Hubert, there's a similar situation with some of the Civilization games that came out when Robin was young.
I used to top score on it.
On what, Hubert?
Yeah.
so funny.
Where'd you get the money?
Didn't look creepy at all. Okay, what are you doing?
I didn't eat
Ah!
Did you have to pay for it?
Huh?
You had money for lunch?
Didn't cost much.
Did you have a cafeteria in your junior high? Or are we talking about high
Yeah.
school?
Yeah, I did.
Why would I
Like a
assume it
full
was junior high?
cafeteria?
It was dorm. So, yeah, full cafeteria.
You were in a dorm?
Did you
I-
go to
I
the school in northern Saskatchewan for the troubled kids?
No.
The
Troubled
Was it like the Christian?
No,
Junior high
it
and
was in
senior high?
Regina.
Oh, it was in Regina?
Yeah.
Galen was
Oh.
not troubled. He was the opposite of
It's
trouble.
called Luther.
Wait, where did you go?
Luther College. That's Lex Luthor. That's a
That's Lucifer.
Lucifer High.
Lucifer High.
I know a bunch of kids that.
Funny you say that. I
Some-
was going to study demontology when I was in grade 12. I couldn't find a school. Yeah. But you have to go into the order. So I
See,
think right.
The school I'm talking about, though, I knew kids that went there because they were super smart, but it was like a boarding school. So I also know kids that went to because they were like in a lot of trouble. And
One or the
I
other.
have a bunch of schools.
Some of them were.
I'm trying to think what the name of that school was because it was a name for a lot of other schools. That's not a good. What?
Wilcox. That one for Cleveland's?
No.
No, this was definitely in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, the hockey player.
Because there was a school
It
that
was
some
John Wood.
there was a school that some of my friends got sent to that everybody knew of.
John Woods.
My cousin went there. I can ask her. She was one of the smart ones, though.
It sounds like a really fancy prep school, but it's where you went before they put you in jail.
Yeah.
What was that called?
Yeah.
It sounds like a fancy university, right?
I think so.
Notre Dame. That's the one I remember. Is that if you really messed up, they'd send you to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame was a top school.
Where was that?
In Saskatchewan.
Kind of a prison.
It was all boarding and
We
like
do like
there was
sexy
nothing to
stuff.
do. It was just a little key town.
Did they shave your
Are
head?
they
And the school.
They're
No.
set. Yes, we do need to set them
They're
up to
pretty
my
strict.
My friend's dad jumped in a swimming pool, broke his neck, and he was already wild.
There's a table here.
After his dad broke his neck, he was angry because his dad broke his neck, and so his dad was in a wheelchair. And he had the basement suite in the house, so basically he could do anything he wanted. Because if he got to the basement without getting caught, he could swim free. and he lived like he was feral because there was no parenting because he was spry enough to get from the door to the basement. Now, why the parents didn't like change the keys or do something to deal with that, I don't know. But, he ended up so wild that they ended up having to send him away to boarding school. And then he went to jail. And when he got out of jail, things got weird. And he had a party and attacked everybody.
Doesn't sound like a very nice friend.
Well, you know, like those friends.
Invited somebody inside that shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Those friends really mattered, and because sometimes you needed a friend like that, right? Like
To learn.
when you were in trouble, that was the guy that would like come whipping out with a. I remember getting beaten up one time, and he came whipping down the street with a baseball bat, and I was pretty glad to be his friend because he had no apprehension about swinging that baseball bat, and it was like I was getting pounded on by some older kids. So those are some pretty heroic childhood moments when it wasn't a baseball bat; it was a brick. The local paper boy was like 14, and I was 12. And
It's kind of non-retrievable.
the paper boy was like 14, and I was like 12, and paper boy was pounding me, and he came whipped around with a brick and chased him. And I just remember like he was so angry that I was getting beaten up.
Little Rich.
I was quite grateful for friends like that.
I'm grateful for that guy too.
He was just seething with rage.
That's true. That is a good.
Hello. Good. It's a loaded question, I know.
It used to just be a greeting, but now
I
it's
don't
like,
know how to answer anymore. People are like, "How are you?" I'm like,
well,
here.
yeah, yeah,
and that's like better than 5 years ago.
That's
when I
huge.
didn't want to be here.
Totally. No, that's a good response.
Yeah.
Jess, can I answer my pieces?
Yes.
Absolutely. No. You look so cozy. I like your outfit. Thank you. I'm obsessed with those shoes forever and ever. Oh, man.
I was
What size are you?
worn out. I was gonna start painting into them around the bottom and kind of start painting up. Oh,
You look
Praxis,
beautiful.
those are so
Feet you have?
cute.
Is that fancy?
No,
it's a dress.
Take your shoes away. Don't give my shoes away. Monster.
Lean over in.
Just gonna go over here.
Clean.
Pick them up off the floor and put them onto a designated chair.
I
Like everyone else.
I cracked up most of the mess.
No, I'm just.
You have a messy room.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just making.
I thought
A
you were
little
super
bit.
organized.
My car is also messy.
Thought you were
Like
super
crazy,
organized.
super organized. Like, wasn't that kind of the gag about how you have things lined up and put away? You were just saying that, weren't you?
Sometimes I do.
Oh, you're complex. I
Mhm.
like that. Guess who else is complex?
Everybody else.
This guy right here.
Mm.
Rich here.
The person at Sephora invited me to a flag show, so I got a dress to fill in. Because I was gonna like stuff.
Then you need to match.
They were just like, oh, there's a drag show at this place. You want to go? And I was like, absolutely.
Is that a new scarf?
Yeah, Mitch gave it to me. It's very pretty. I'm tired.
I'm tired. I'm Marlo. I'll see myself.
That's cute.
Took a while. I'll get out.
It took you a while?
No, it's okay.
Oh, I was like, I thought you were a dad. That should have come to you so naturally.
Rich is also a dad.
Dad jokes.
If I took off my jacket.
Name on New Year's pronouns.
Very bad.
Did I fuck that up tonight?
I don't know.
You didn't notice?
No.
I never fucked that up. I did. I'm telling you now. I screwed it up.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't come last week because I was in Leduc. Diving in Leduc.
That's funny.
The jokes will never cease.
Is that one new? The Dookie? Or have you been telling that all week?
Oh, we said it a lot while we were out there.
Oh, okay.
And the week before, I was like, I am too tired to drive.
Oh, to here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To anywhere, because I got home and I was like, I didn't sleep the night before, so I was like, I'm so tired.
My whole life is I didn't sleep the night before. Since I was about 15. But I feel like I've probably earned myself an extra couple decades in my life. By the end of my life, I think I'll have had an extra couple decades because I didn't waste time sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you love sleeping, then it's a different story.
I hate sleeping.
Yeah?
It's such a waste of time.
Are you making fun of me or telling the truth?
No, I
Okay, sorry.
think it's dumb.
Sometimes when people agree with me, I think they're making fun of me.
I think it's dumb. If I could like,
I agree.
there's a way I could do it without sleeping.
See, you're definitely, anytime you agree with me, it's okay.
If I could like get all the rest that I needed in like a 15-minute nap, that would be perfect.
People do that.
I always
Yeah,
want.
several 15-minute naps.
I almost said Felix's dad does that, but what I meant to say was Felix's other stepdad. Because he's like
Dad does that.
sleep increments.
That's interesting because I was just talking to a student and I just said, like, what are you doing different? Because like whatever it is, just keep it up. So he said, I go home and take a nap now after school.
Very important to love
Oh.
Half an hour and then
if they
I,
love you back
you know, do a bunch of other stuff.
2 ways.
So ever since I started doing that, I just feel like I'm tired.
Miss
all
Jess, I
my-
think I have 5 things waiting to
Oh,
do.
thank you.
When you have time.
Yeah,
Like
I do.
a 15-minute nap every 24 hours, and you'd be like fully rested. That would be perfect for me.
I think the system that Colin does is
You
like
should take up meditation.
there's like
I
a
do.
Yeah. 10 minutes of meditation is due with an hour of sleep.
Colin does like 4 hours of sleep and then 2 hours of sleep and then 4 hours awake and then 2 hours. So every 4 hours he takes a 2-hour nap
Where does he work?
at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's on his own schedule.
Yeah, I've been tossing out a different job, same job, different place, but with them I'll be employed by them. Right now I'm self-employed and I like being able to choose my hours and when I work.
Yeah.
But there I wouldn't be able to.
Hmm.
And I'm really not sure what I should do.
In terms of accepting a job,
Well, I'd have to apply to it for the
I
spring.
think you need to get to traveling when you're done before you really lock down. Where do you want to? Are you planning a year of backpacking or any of that stuff? Or
No, because my job is most prolific in summer,
right, that's true.
so I'd probably go during the winter.
Right.
Because then
So-
there's less tourists in places that I want to go.
The advice my junior high teacher gave me that I didn't listen to was if you have this idea that you want to go backpacking around the world, you kind of need to do it before you go to university. Because by the time you're done university, you've got your knives and forks and things, you know?
Yeah.
And once you have those things, you really can't just put everything away and go traveling for a year. You know, on holidays, but you can't do like the backpacking excursions. Now, I had kids when I was 23, so I missed all that stuff. And I also didn't end up with any tattoos or food for 10 years, or maybe even a safe place to live for some of that time. But I did develop other skills and things. But I do find that when young people talk to me about like those life plans, just be careful about locking down before you know. Maybe I shouldn't even give you advice.
Oh,
You have a good mind and
very helpful. Because I have no idea what I should do now.
I think you should probably, I don't want to say sow wild oats, but you should probably explore a bit before you take on anything permanent. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. Because I was thinking that. Because right now I work for myself.
Yeah.
And I subcontract.
Do this though. Somewhere along the line, get yourself all those benefits and things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't start thinking about benefits until they need them.
Oh, I've been thinking about it a lot. I think my best bet would be to marry a teacher.
They're just
All teachers are
unreasonable
assholes.
people. Yeah. Just-
They're weird.
Yeah, but the benefits are so good.
Yeah.
Not well,
Is it worth it though?
as a health benefit.
Are clean teeth?
I could actually see you becoming a teacher, by the way. Like maybe after you've been diving for a while, I can see that being in your blood. And if that were the case, you'd be a pretty important gatekeeper
That was
for
dramatic.
kids that need.
I don't know.
How much time is there, Jesse?
An hour.
I don't think
An hour?
I'll be able to teach young kids. I don't have
40
that much
minutes?
patience.
It's fine to work.
Yeah, but I find people who teach young kids have an endless supply of patience.
Either that, or do they just go home and drink a bunch
Galen
of
teaches
wine?
young kids.
Uh,
Galen's an actual elementary school teacher.
That sounds awful.
You do junior high now,
mhm.
but you were a junior high elementary teacher when I met
Don't
you.
you have to
Yes.
start elementary so that you can learn if you
And
hate
we
it?
talked about, like,
I'm joking.
No.
I would have loved to be a teacher, actually.
Really, to be a citizen, you should have to spend 6 months volunteering in a classroom. So my idea
is
is
something.
Yes. Oh, eye opener.
grades
You learn a lot.
1 to 11, and then from grades 1 to 11, you're just in regular school. In grade 11, you either take the first semester or the second semester, and you volunteer with whatever you're good at. So if you're good at phys ed, grade 11, you go and you teach, help teach some phys ed class in a junior high, and then you come back in
I
grade
love
12.
your shoes.
And I think if everybody in Canada had a 6 month, instead of being put in the military, if everybody had a 6 month stint
Cool.
I think about.
volunteering in a school,
Have I
Just
worn
on
this
Wednesday.
to
we'd have a hell of a
Right,
lot
or-
better parents.
I did a lot of that while I was
That
in
is like-
school.
Well, and I had a
Definition.
completely different
When I was in
outfit for
grade
work.
12, on my spares,
And
I
then
built a
I
welding shop
brought
and
a
helped them
change
teach
of
grade
clothes
10.
because it's
Yeah.
cream, head to toe cream.
How did you like
so-
that?
Good.
See, I do think you have teaching in your blood. I see that about you.
What are you doing? Well,
You're
it's
like,
kind
how,
of funny.
how dare you?
Because I had a like
Oh, I
wide
dare.
leg cream pants and a silk
Cute.
flowy shirt and a jacket and boots.
But you've worn
with
it here, so you have
heels.
to change.
No, I haven't worn
I
it
just
here. I
noticed something
just
odd
it
But you
wouldn't
want
fit
to-
here.
Here,
on the
It
map.
fit here.
what?
I get covered in
Well,
beads and it's.
That map was free because it's out of date.
When they
No, but
I
set up
always
the
wear
borders,
it.
it was
It was
after
working.
Canada
and then I got
burned
changed
down
and the person I was with was like,
Right.
like a totally different
How
person.
do you
I'm
end
like,
up
yeah, I
with
know.
only like
This is
half
fun,
a lake instead of like this? You know, you think they would have gone?
I feel that, except
Why do Canada keep pushing me so
It's because they were like
and I just
they
wear
kicked
the
their
same
butt,
thing every
and
Wednesday.
then they took
This is my
this
Wednesday
instead of
outfit
like
every week.
this, which would have been
Sometimes I
London.
change it.
It sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay,
straight from New York
Well,
to
can I,
Straight down.
is the word elucidate? Am I saying that right?
hallucinate.
No, elucidate. Can I tell you the answer to that question?
You could try.
Okay, because you're Canadian, so you learned that we won that war. Go into America and talk about that war, you're gonna find the dates match up with the war that they claim to have won.
Well, they don't. They
Well,
claim
you can
they
talk
never
to
had
them
one.
about
That and
World
also I
War
had, like,
II, and they say they did everything.
Right, so my point there is,
Yeah, they-
Galen,
They came in after everybody ran out of
I know.
everything.
but when you look at that
Wars,
map
they
and you
came in
say,
late.
how come if we won the war, we didn't take more stuff?
You're smart.
The answer might be that, we learned in our school system that we won that war, that might be a completely different situation than what happened. That might be a pretty good example of how
Yes.
we're diluted.
You know what?
I don't
Right?
know how to dry.
If you put
But nobody ever says,
water
"Oh,
in
maybe I'm
your
wrong."
washing machine.
I do that.
Do you
Or
use
like-
like a cup of
Yeah.
vinegar?
I am
They're
often
wrong.
wrong.
Every time you wash
Like
it.
They
apple
definitely
cider
came to
vinegar?
free.
Right.
I mean, that's why Ottawa has all
I
these
would say white
canals, right?
vinegar works really good, and
Right.
it's way cheaper.
Because they
It's like
didn't trust the
$1.99.
US.
Oh, I know, I
Okay. But it breaks down the hairs. So then
But
it
does what I say make sense? Because I'm just pontificating.
It's
I don't-
possible,
I don't-
yeah,
So
it's
now
possible. It's just, I just find it odd that the borders are just so weird. Like, you think they would have said, you take this lake, I'll take that lake.
And also.
Well, like I said, if you talk about any
Red
war
vinegar.
in America, you're gonna
Yeah.
find that they get taught a completely different thing that we get taught.
Again, I just
Oh, I
have
know
like
that.
an excessive amount. That's why I Googled ways.
Which is- I find really intriguing.
I was also
Not a good
surprised when I
look.
looked at this, I just
They
noticed
work
how
really
much
good for
water
keeping
Manitoba
your
has.
smelly part.
Probably not
Outside
accurate.
vinegar does.
That is probably not a
No, if you use it like in a spray bottle
map you can
or-
count on for scale
Oh,
for
yeah,
anything.
the shower.
Maybe not scale, but I would believe it because everything east of the Rockies goes to Hudson Bay.
Right.
It's good.
Or
Yeah,
your
that's a
rivers.
wild
you know,
split.
One time I went on Google Maps and I skimmed from
Well, they're just sending me-
Calgary to the Hudson's Bay.
Yeah.
The bay. Is that what it's called? Hudson Bay?
Yes.
Hudson Bay.
The Bay of Good Song.
Hudson. Swedish. Hudson
Like
Bay.
a meteorite in Anchor Bay. You can see it, right? Yeah.
It's funny, I was looking for a tasteful image to work with. And I went into this poster book and found like what looked like a bondage poster. And I wonder if like in the 1920s they just didn't ever consider why. Do you know what I mean? Like, why does this image look so much more saucy from my vantage point than it did in the book? I almost regret starting it. I like it. And you?
I like it too.
Yeah, it didn't look saucy from the source image that I was working from. It was just kind of cute looking.
I like a bit of sauce.
I like the gem and the like it. Either one.
Going home?
Then tell me,
All the
yeah.
stuff that I was supposed to do.
What are you supposed to do? Be on the bus.
I was
What's
supposed to
tonight?
do stuff. Like there's book called.
Yeah, you should probably go do
You're
that.
not gonna start now.
Yeah, are you
Yeah,
out?
I kind of have to, since they sent me a
A warning?
email saying, hey, you might want to do what you're supposed to.
Is that what it says?
Those reminder emails.
Basically like that. The teacher said, I suppose you didn't get that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Was that meant to be Fred Flintstone? Oh boy.
That's Barney Rubble.
No, Barney didn't say that. Fred did.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh boy. You know what we watch, which is super fun? Bewitched.
Bewitched is
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
It's so good.
I'm watching Merlin right now.
What are you watching?
Merlin.
Oh,
How do you do that?
lots of magic.
Bought it.
Is it old?
Not that old.
From when?
BBC.
Oh, right.
Well done.
Right.
Pretty wicked.
Who's in it?
He's
Nobody.
kind of a bumbler.
Hmm.
It's pretty realistic in terms like he's a really young guy and he's
Yeah.
always screwing up. He thinks he's gonna save everybody and then he messes everything up all the time.
Did you see last Friday before I left for LA? Somebody phoned me and said they were going to cut my throat.
Yeah.
That seems like a lifetime ago already. It's like
They
I was
told me
like-
where here?
On my phone.
on his cell phone.
This is my phone. So if you look up Rumble House, you're gonna find me. I didn't make a big deal out of this, but he's like kind of freaking out saying Rich Jess Felix, and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have put the whole family's name on that mural. But it's such a loving mural, I didn't think it would cause any friction. You know, if I was doing something, what's the word? Something, what's the word I'm looking for?
Controversial.
If you're doing
Controversial.
something, yeah.
There's another word I wanted that was like controversial.
Provocative?
Yeah, maybe provocative. But maybe I would have been more cautious about being vague about who we were. But I just did not anticipate upsetting anybody with that mural. And luckily, he contacted me back again the next day, and we became friends.
Through poetry.
And ultimately, it always comes back to like, what do you need? Like, clearly, this troll isn't really the problem. If you tell me what you need, I'll try and help you. You don't have to be alone. You know? Basically, nobody wants to be alone.
David, go sit in the corner. Think about where you've been.
We'll sit outside and have fancy cigarettes.
Sure.
Park in the room.
Don't come back for at least 5 minutes.
Why?
You said you needed a timeout.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm giving you a timeout.
There in the bush. Up
Yes.
there. And just reflect on life.
Yes.
The bad choices I made.
Yeah.
Choosing parents that are horrible.
Yes.
Should choose better parents. But that's fine. Very irrelevant.
You say shapeshifter.
It's English for my brother. Should choose a better brother.
You're welcome.
Sometimes you gotta admit when you make bad mistakes. Bad choices.
Am I missing something, or are you guys just being cute?
No, he said he needed a timeout, so I gave him a timeout. It went further.
It went beyond that.
Didn't end with that.
Well, I
You
guess
should know better.
I know.
Give yourself time.
Yeah, that's it. Now I'm in it.
I guess another way to put that is David's fine, but if somebody wasn't fine, it might not have sounded too much different on that day we speak to each other. So that could have been code for, something that needs to be dealt with.
Oh,
And I didn't think there would be the case because David's so responsible, but definitely we get by because of code language around here, especially with the live feed. Like Eric was going to get a timeout if he showed up.
yes.
This was the week where I decided that it would probably be best if Eric took a break. And luckily Eric decided to take a break.
Is he just come in for the hour?
He used to come in as security. He used to come in, and this is kind of embarrassing to say, he would kind of keep an eye on people behaving. And it's funny, right? Because I really appreciate him helping.
Yeah.
But I know that the teachers I work with would have called him a tattletale. So where you spend all your time trying to teach the kids integrity and honesty and responsibility, as soon as they do what they're asked to do, the teachers turn around and call them tattletales and get irritated by their honesty. So Eric was essentially like here, keeping an eye out on behaviors, and then sort of reporting to me if people were out of line. And then fires started misfiring a bit. And so I had an earnest appreciation for his help, but then it was starting to escalate to problematic. And I decided sometime over the week that this would have to be a week that I draw the line. And it might even be part of the reason why it's so empty here right now. That people were stopping coming in over it, which sucks. But this is a challenge I face when I invent a space that's designed around inclusion, because inclusion can be uncomfortable. And if it's not, you're probably not really inclusive.
It's true, but it's so hard.
Which part?
Being inclusive and yet making sure everybody feels comfortable. I think they're oxymorons. I don't think they can happen.
I don't know that I promised people they were going to be comfortable here. I think my quote, my business
Same.
quote was, nobody said it'd be easy.
Right.
And then when people called me on stuff, especially at Gorilla, I'm like, well, I called it Gorilla House. So
I know. I think one of my lines is this is a safe space.
Yeah.
And it is a safe space, and I always feel safe.
you could call it a safer space. It's
Yeah.
really any space safe. We aim for it to be a safe space. But really,
And I totally agree with you. If you're completely comfortable, it's not a totally inclusive
Space, yeah.
So I get that. I think maybe there's part of me that would like some days to be easier than others. You know, and I'm sure you guys feel
Yeah.
that sometimes.
that said, I can promise you'd miss it.
Yeah.
By the point that we got it safe and easy, you'd miss the chaos.
What the heck?
And I know that because I keep moving back to the Continental Towers.
What is that?
And sometimes when I live at the Continental Towers and things get really screwy, I look at my wife and I feel like I did this to you. And when sometimes she complains about our building,
Hi.
I think to myself, this is 100% my fault. Hi. Hey, how's your vacation? It was very nice.
Hi.
Weird being back.
No. I
Do
came
you want me
back
to trade these
100%.
some things with you?
100% replenished.
Could we do it after?
Not replenished for
And I'll
one day.
remember to bring them. I'll just park my car out.
Oh, sure, yeah.
School stuff.
Just because the glass I don't want
Shut
to
down to 0 by Monday and minus 10 by
Oh,
Tuesday.
did you get
So rude.
Ooh.
Kaylin won't fist bump me.
Oh,
It's too good.
I was supposed to. So I thought it was like a distance one, I thought it was a cool fist bump.
It is.
There's so many versions now.
Oh, damn you. Your beautiful glass art.
Here, let's see pictures and I can put it up.
Oh,
Good. Have you been before? Oh, fun. Sorry, this is more.
That's okay.
We're live broadcasting over there. So we go live broadcast to Facebook and YouTube.
It's so cool.
I know. We from 7 to 9 we make art, and then we have a live auction. So everyone just kind of in the midst.
How did you find your way in here?
That's me.
Oh, fun! That's me.
Nice to meet you too. It's me.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So we are in the midst of the making, and people have brought food, and everyone just like.
The food's really good. We ate a lot of
Yeah.
eggs. We ate the eggs, so we all smell like eggs.
And then if ever, like everyone's welcome to take part in the auction if you want to sell work. Half the money goes to the artist, half the money goes just to pay rent here. And so you set your minimum bid if you want to sell your work. And you can just come and hang out too. It's just like no pressure. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I was wondering what it would look like if I took the picture while
And you can put in works that you've made previously. Since COVID is a little bit more open, we used to all of us make our work in 2 hours. And now people bring their work that they've worked on for a week or they
half the bad boy. Cool. And so, could you sell like other pieces that could be collected something?
That one is a little bit harder just because we want to make sure that
I'll
it's.
tell you what, that one's sketchy.
Yeah.
Is when we opened the first space,
All of your glasses.
the city wasn't sure if we were a pawn shop or not.
And then hanging from my
So-
window.
Because of the auction.
No,
Or a bunch of pieces
because
that
they wanted to know,
It's like the Christmas ball,
for
so
instance,
it's
if you're
like
selling
they're
shoes,
all
you're
your-
buying shoes and selling, right? Whereas you're bringing your stuff in and selling it, and we're sort of like brokers.
We
But
did a
let's say if you're
show
selling
for
like
Tyler one time,
diamonds,
Bison. He was a part of
Well, a
Bison.
pawn shop has to take like 4 or 5 pieces of ID
And he does them on
and,
purpose so
your
that
social
they can
insurance
stand up
number
or they can stand up.
before they
Yeah.
can sell.
So we did the
items that could
installation
be
of them
resold if they were
coming out
stolen.
with the white But we
You know what I
purposely
mean?
had
So if you were an
them
art
on our
thief and you brought your stuff in
heads. Every
here,
time we
I
walked
see.
into the gallery.
I have to be able to account
Stood
that we
them
made it.
upright.
Yeah.
That's really
Now, for the most
We're like,
part,
no,
the people
they
that bring
don't
art
have
in that
heads.
don't make it,
And people just could
I
not,
can't really
they
account for
couldn't
that.
deal. They were like,
authentically.
they stood them up always.
If he brings in work, I know what his work looks like, so he doesn't have to make it here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you were to bring your own work in,
I appreciate that.
I'm not gonna give you a test, like, can you prove it?
Yeah.
But if you're selling other people's work, it just gets a little more complicated. Did you save, did you have work that you purchased other places? or-
Yeah, I've actually got it at Shambhala this year.
Yeah?
From a local artist here.
Who is that?
So, Andreas.
Oh, yeah, we know him.
Cool. Yeah. So
So-
I've actually got quite a few of his pieces. It's pretty cool.
And you're selling those pieces?
No, I just
Oh.
wondered like if one day like,
If
I have
that's
other
possible.
works like I inherited art from my uncle too.
Absolutely possible. And generally what we try and do is we would try and get him a cut even though we don't have to. So if we can find him and we sell his piece, we'll often give him an extra payment. So he might even get paid twice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like he's a good buddy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
and so that's
I
how you
don't
found
think-
your way here.
Kind of. So like I saw he was at another show like that art thing, under 100 in Calgary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to there, found some of his pieces.
Yeah.
We were hanging out, and then when I was there, there was another girl that was flash flowing slow art.
Yeah.
Mackenzie.
Yeah.
And then she told me to get in touch with Mackenzie or not Mackenzie. Yes, I can't remember his name. I can't remember.
It's opening.
Yeah.
And then he invited me. So, I know, just trying to get involved.
Okay.
Like the
I'll
biggest
keep it,
thing is I do
like, up
have
to that,
one
yeah?
piece from my uncle.
Okay.
Are you married?
No. I start, like I've been drawing and like doing art stuff for all the time. But 3 years ago I started like actually painting.
Okay, I'll touch
So I
it.
painted like my dad's. I took a photo of my dad's view from his house in Victoria's, and then painted that for him. And then I painted like a flower for my mom and a few other things. Oh, cool.
My pleasure.
That's a gift.
Yeah, thank you. It's an interesting title.
It's also the title of my TED Talk.
Cool.
So
Good. Hey, good
So what
night.
was your name?
Thanks
My
for
name's
the
Rick.
fish, Mom,
I
even
work
if you
there.
didn't want to.
yeah.
And then you also own Ruffles too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so
It
it's not-
owns
this
us.
is the own, it's more like we have to
I was
clean the
supposed to make you
toilets.
fun of you,
Okay.
but then I was sad.
It's like-
It's a space that you guys provide.
We rent, yeah.
It hasn't. I usually describe it that it hasn't killed me yet, rather than something that I own.
Cool.
But yeah, it's
That's very cool.
kind of a passion project. It used to cost us a lot of money. We're just getting to the point where it's not costing us anything to be here.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's not like sometimes when people call us the owners, it's just like, I don't know if we really get what we're doing here.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. Yeah, that's curious.
And I traded my book royalties for copies of my book so I could give them away, which is a nice privilege. Yeah, privilege. And I used to had a bunch of copies, and when COVID came, we decided I got permission from the publisher if I could give them to people who shouted or something to do. That was a pretty sweet idea. I don't know if that's permission is carried over, because well, because I do love giving my book away. She's like, she still sells it, so it's kind of like harder for her to sell the book and people know I give it away.
Yeah, totally.
I've bought some copies of that book.
Thank you.
And you've given me copies of that book, but I've still bought them. To give them as presents.
They make fantastic presents. That's what I get to do for them. Give them away as presents.
They're super good presents.
You can pick them if you want. They're just gonna be cold. You should. If you break it, don't worry about it.
Yeah. I tried it. I'm striving to not formulate
Me?
Yeah, so don't be scared.
8:30. Rich Teru, 8:30.
Okay, thank you.
It's not my shoes. It's like little hookers.
I failed.
Yeah.
I have a cup. And I use it as a beer cup.
Oh, have something for me. Well, if you want, I don't know.
How did you get into glasses?
School. I went to ACAD. It was kind of just like a dirty affair between painting, and then it just became from there.
Still paint them. Paint a lot.
But glass definitely has taken over, or I guess I have more opportunities in glass than I did in painting. Not that I never displayed painting, but I don't know. Glass is just more, I guess, in right now.
Yeah.
Craft is in right now.
Craft is huge right now.
Craft is in. Sorry, I'm gonna be. I'm paying
Yeah,
attention. I'm just walking around.
Oh, that's a nice snake.
Thanks, Kelly. I just finished.
That's a beauty.
Thank
That
you.
was
I can tell you're repeating this.
I can't hear it.
I'm gonna
Sorry? It got loud in here for a sec. Sorry, I missed what everybody said.
Somebody got new kicks, those are nice.
The snake's beautiful,
Thank you, Theo.
and I'm gonna run.
Thank you. Nice seeing you, Theo.
Bye, Theo.
Bye.
No, I was saying, is that one in the auction tonight?
I don't know. I was just looking at it, trying to
Which was kind of weird
decide.
at first, but then I was like, fuck it. Sorry, I hear
Oh, we got some bids coming in already. Yeah, I have to decide. Maybe next week. Maybe I'll live with the snake for a little bit. I got blue paint all over me.
Let's see. Can I see?
It got on my
Show me
snake.
the color. Oh, I flung that at you.
Oh.
That was so bad. I was flinging blue paint. That you did not get blue paint on you.
What did I
Your
do?
bad husband did it to you.
You're not bad.
Damn bad at this. Blue paint.
You're beautiful.
There's
And the blue is.
people are waiting.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Really, you could say you did it to yourself because you married me.
I did it to myself.
And that's 100% your fault. It was your idea to get married.
I even asked you, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I cling to that. When people are like, how'd you swing her? I'm like, she swung me. And then they go, how'd you do that? I'm like, right place, right time. Could have been anybody.
Sheesh.
Well, I love that lie because it really does leave them like wondering whether they missed a golden opportunity.
I could have been a contender.
Everybody thought that. You would not believe.
Everybody.
You would not believe the comments that were made about Jesse before we started dating because they'd all talked about me. They're like, "Are you and Jesse together?" No, she's my best friend.
And they all thought they had a chance?
They all were shredded.
Wow. I love people's arrogance.
I remember Darcy telling me that she was hot, but he heard she had a sketchy past.
It's called situational irony.
Poor Bruce. Let me tell you this one. This is really like, because I was not thinking about dating Jess.
Like
I thought that, we were going to be best friends forever, and I was actually so involved with her that I would have been happy to be her friend forever. Like if we were friends, I can be friends with her for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we would stop being friends. But if I date her, I'm gonna screw it up. So it wasn't even like it wasn't a question though. It wasn't like I love her, I can't live without her, I'm gonna be your friend. It was like I would never like it was the first time I ever even considered that thing. Like, no, this is my friend. I wouldn't want to screw that up. And Bruce came in one day. And he asked me if I thought she'd go out with him. I said she'd probably go out with you. She might even kiss you. She probably wouldn't go with you twice. And the rest of your life would be empty. Now, that said,
That'd be where that sketchy past of yours.
that was basically what I was telling myself whenever the idea crossed my mind. And then, so when I did date her, it was like, oh, did I tell you not to do that? Like, sorry. Sorry, remember at the time I said that was a bad idea?
Good Lord.
Well, and I mean, I probably told 40 people.
My eyes twitching. I was laughing so hard.
What's that?
My eyes twitching.
Just now?
I was
Am I being
laughing.
inappropriate? I don't know.
No, it's really funny.
It's really
Okay.
good.
It's good stuff.
Because I honestly had zero intentions, though. That was the thing. That's probably what she found so intriguing about me.
Truth.
Something weird about this guy.
Right?
Okay, well, I wanted to stop in, say hello, meet you all.
Welcome.
I'm probably going to head out.
Sorry about everything. Sorry.
No, you're sketchy past.
No,
That's what you want. We're talking about everything here.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
We're here every Wednesday.
Take
Sounds good.
care.
I don't know. Okay. Just like one of us.
What?
Yeah, I think I have at least 2 other people coming. Maybe 3 other people.
Oh, that's so
This is
nice.
awesome.
Very nice. Very nice.
I really like that one. Rich.
Which one?
That one.
I
The
do
one you're
The
working on.
saucy one?
The saucy one.
Yeah.
He is very saucy.
So saucy.
Should I tie the ropes?
Yes.
It sort of feels like it needs ropes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the
Some
patterns.
shibari.
See? And I was,
Very beautiful.
It
Yeah.
goes to be worn as clothing. Or to accent clothing. I wouldn't wear it as clothing. I mean, I'm gonna start looking.
What's going on with the weather? Is it changing?
Not chilly.
I thought things just got weird at the Rumble House. Like, hey, so how's the weather?
I'm trying to figure out why I have a
Something
headache.
I've never heard at Rumble.
I'm trying to figure out why I have a headache.
Oh, the headache. Gotcha.
Oh, the headache.
Gotcha. Hey, if there's still food, can you eat it?
Aye, Captain.
Thank you.
It's really good.
I got paint on my chest.
I did?
I'm just like, I peeled it off of me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, it would be easier to buy a house downtown if I had $1 million.
Truth.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you sure you want to buy a house?
I really do.
Why don't you just take the money and invest it?
Well, it's currently invested. It would come out of that to buy a house.
I know, but can I say something about houses?
Yeah.
Let's say you buy a house for $100,000, keep it for 10 years, then it's worth $200,000. You're like, wow, my $100,000 house is worth $200,000, but every other $100,000 house is also worth $200,000. You buy that another house in 10 years now, it's worth $400,000. You can buy that and you can sell it and buy another $400,000 house, but it's essentially the same $10,000 or $100,000, right?
Yeah.
So the only way for your housing investment to pay off is to pull out at some point in your life. When do you do that?
When I'm dead, and then it goes to my children.
Because
But it's not an investment for me. It's
you're
an independence thing. I've owned houses before, but always with somebody else.
right.
So it is a life goal and an independence piece.
I
more
don't.
than a
I don't
financial
think people
decision.
really do buy houses downtown though.
No, and I don't want a house downtown. Well, I do. But
I just don't think it happens.
there's houses down here. Somebody owns them.
Which houses?
Do they though?
Downtown,
Like apartments and
Bellite and then-
yeah.
The houses in the belt. Oh, like the condos.
Yes. No,
Oh, I
there's
see.
like houses.
Sinalta.
All the
Like
house-
Jerry owns a house.
In the Beltline.
All those houses
In
are getting torn
Sinalta?
down, not torn down though.
Don't be so negative.
But
Actually,
I
not being
understand
negative at all, I mean,
potentially buying a
positive.
house is not the best financial decision. It is a me independent school thing.
But I also disagree with what Bruce is saying. Sorry, I'm thinking here.
I don't think you ever agree with me.
No, but there's always an
Yes,
opinion
get the
on
whole
it,
Rumble
whether
House
it's
in this
good financial
conversation.
decision or not.
Mars
When I bought my
retrograde is
first house
over
in
and I am
Vancouver,
on fire.
It was like 146,000, super cheap, but it was expensive at the time. And then I was going to tear it down. It was a tiny house on a huge lot.
Yeah.
I was going to tear it down, build it, infill, whatever. Then I ended up getting divorced. Anyways,
Yeah.
the people who bought that house built exactly the same design that I wanted to, and when it went up for sale, it was 1.2 million. So that's where like wants to bring in
What year was that?
Huh?
What year was that?
the divorce or the
Just the story. What?
Well, I bought the house in 2001, and the house for
and
sale.
year.
The divorce happened when, like right before I wanted to do it, so that happened like 2007.
What year is it now?
Something.
Yeah, it's a different universe we live in.
It is. We
Right.
flipped houses.
Like my sister bought a house for $60,000, and I don't know what you could sell it for now, but you can't buy things for you can buy a door for
No, I
$60,000.
know, but it's just all relative. Though you buy a house for
I'm gonna try and go around the whole Rumble House.
a shit crap house
What are
in a
you
nice neighborhood for
Huh?
let's say
What's that? Yeah,
$500,000,
nice.
Yeah.
and you tear it
No
down,
questions
and you build it in,
No
you sell
further
it for
questions.
1.5 to 1.7. You're like, no, like it's all relative.
Yeah.
In that sense.
But that's not how houses work downtown either.
I figured it out.
You buy a
What, the
house.
housing problem?
You buy a house downtown and
No,
it's
what you're
priced
doing.
for being torn down to be turned into a complex with a Shoppers Drug Mart in the bottom, right? Like,
Yeah.
the world is priced out for people in twos, right? That's just
Oh,
if you want to go buy
100%.
a car costs as much as two people jobs can pay.
Yeah.
If you want to buy shoes are how much two people with a car can afford after they pay their car payment, right? So the world is priced out for people in twos. Downtown properties in Calgary are priced out to be torn down and turned into those
Complexes.
condos with the. It's just a different world now.
The whole new world.
Oh, I just did, but I did not purpose it. Walked very gently.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean, I'm
just
just
trying.
stronger than I think I am.
You're really strong.
I know.
Like mostly emotionally. I don't know how much you lift, but you.
It's a really good mom arm. I don't anymore.
No, you haven't carried Ash right now.
I used to do CrossFit days.
Oh my God.
I did Spartan races. Ash
Wow,
ran a Spartan
that's
race
why.
with a broken arm. Yeah, we covered it with a garbage bag and they showed up to do the Spartan race. They have a broken arm in a cast, and the guy was like, you know, kid, you don't have to do this. And Ash was like, why would I not do it? He was like, they were 8. But you know what Spartan race is, right? Like through the mud and everything. It's an obstacle course through the mud. And the guy says to Ash, you have to flip a tractor tire. Ash's like, I can do that with one arm. That kid killed the race.
That's really,
Ran
really
through.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
I took my aunt to the 5K Mother's Day race in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I ran 5K with my aunt in a specialized wheelchair that was bigger than normal wheelchairs.
Was it good? Was it worth it?
I didn't really even feel that much difference.
No.
It was. I thought it'd be wonderful because my aunt was not athletic. She was overweight.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be an amazing experience for her that she was temporarily in a wheelchair to be in a running race.
Right.
And so I pushed her in a running race. And the whole time she was just bored chatting with me. There's nothing exciting. I
will
killing
admit I
myself.
didn't love the races. What I did love was the first time I did the Spartan race, so it's obstacle courses and climbing through mud and stuff.
Yeah.
I needed help on all the obstacles. So that was really hard. The second time, the year later, I'd been doing CrossFit for the year. And my husband at the time was there to help me with the obstacles. And I didn't need his help.
That's
I
really
was able to like do them without help. So that was
How does help normally work? Do they have like sponsors that stay? Or how does that?
No, if you need help, you have to have a friend or a husband that will help you.
They don't have like
Right.
people
You have to have
stationed
somebody
helping.
to help you.
Oh, I see.
But it made him very angry
Only
because he
friends are
thought he
his
could do much better at the race if he wasn't staying behind helping me.
Well, that's some
And
backwards
that's
thinking.
why you got a divorce.
That
No,
was him on a good day.
well, there you have it.
And here we are.
If he's not willing to do the work with you, he's not willing.
Right? I thought it was like, come on, we'll do this together as a team.
Yeah,
Do
teamwork.
it together.
Like love is a team sport. People have to play together. Communication station, you know.
That is Miley Cyrus. I can love myself. Have you heard
Oh,
her new
flowers,
song?
so good.
Did
I don't buy myself flowers. I just grow
doesn't
them.
that sound like a cover? Like it's
It's based off of. So she.
I was
There's a
trying-
whole story about it. It's based off of the Bruno Mars song.
Oh.
I could buy you flowers, or I should have bought you flowers because
Oh.
Liam, her husband,
yes.
played that song to her
Oh.
when they got proposed to. So
I
she phoned
see.
Bruno Mars and said, "Hey,
Can I?
I'm writing a revenge song.
I'm gonna
Can
send
I
you
use the
something.
song?"
Cute.
There's whole crazy stories. So she
Okay,
also
I have-
released that song on the date of her ex-husband's birthday.
His
Oh, okay.
33rd birthday.
And
completely sampled.
the house that she filmed the whole video in
Yeah.
was the house that he rented to cheat on her in.
Yeah.
With
Well, they
like
were
14
married.
different people.
Like 14.
There
I'm
is
gonna
lots
send
of
you-
backstory.
And the
Because
gold
I
dress that she wears in the video is in reference to the one that Jennifer Lawrence wore, and they cheated. During,
whoa.
like the whole thing is just like
The whole thing is fuck you.
That upped a level. I was like,
I'm not even
I
sorry
heard
you
it.
do first.
Yeah, I know. It was good.
It literally is just.
I'm learning about the Miley Cyrus song.
it's a good song.
Yeah, I heard the song and I started reading, but I didn't know all the backstory.
Yeah.
And then it did sound so familiar that I was like, I thought this was a cover. It's good, and I
Send you
love
like a
her.
2-minute video about it.
And I did
Okay.
hear that she did talk to Bruno Mars, and he was like, "Yeah, for sure, use it."
He was like, "That's amazing."
That's
That's
wicked. Very cool.
My hiring manager, he fixes all the shapes.
Okay, so it is 8:45.
I love that you also know about this. I learned it yesterday, and I was like, I guess I was on YouTube Shorts, so same shit. I deleted all of my social media and just have YouTube, and now I'm like, fuck, I think I have to get rid of YouTube.
I was at a friend's the other night, and I said something, and I was like, "So I was reading this thing," and it was like, "That's a lie. I didn't read anything. I saw it on TikTok." It's like,
That's a lot.
I did not read. I watched it.
Were there subtitles? If there were subtitles, you read
But I
it.
was like, "Stop!" Like,
You should turn
I
on
obviously
subtitles.
say I read this thing because I like
That's
read it.
That's a 90s.
around TikTok.
That's like you started every observation in the 90s with I read someone.
Well, because
And
it
if
makes
you
you
for-
seem smarter,
Yeah, if
right?
you forget doing that. Watch
No,
the
it's because
Richard
the only
Linklater
way
films.
to learn before was to
Do you
read.
remember any Richard Linklater films like Slackers or
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused or A
Do they
Boy's
say that?
Life? Or yeah, every sentence starts with. Or he had a trilogy: Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Ethan Hawke who was in a lot of his films. Every line to Ethan Hawke would start with, I read somewhere, I had this idea," and it's just like it's so.
Oh, that's
It's
so
cute.
funny.
But it's basically the way that they would, because I think a lot of those films were also ad lib,
Yeah.
and the way that they would sort of enter a conversation was to announce that they read something, which wasn't true ever. But that was also very
Totally
90s. That was a very 90s way to speak. Like,
Oh.
Is that you?
yes, I'm guilty. But the truth is, I actually read a lot of stuff.
When you haven't had your vitamins, that's you.
Is this me? No, that's a fellow speaking from better speech.
Oh, Rich, I had a joke that I've been sitting on for a while. So
I like it already.
there's a wasp expert.
A
and
what?
Wasp
A
expert.
bug.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he goes in to a record store to buy a record of various wasp noises.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
one side you can
You try to sell that camera.
like identify every noise, but the other side
Yeah,
is like,
opening.
what the heck is this? So he brings
60.
the record back
Wonderful.
to the
Yep.
store. He's like,
Okay,
so one
people
side's
at
fine,
home.
but the other
Oh,
side,
Kelly
I
has a
can't-
bird.
I can't identify anything.
Bird
And the
puppet.
guy's like, oh,
No.
that's the B side.
Oh, the B side.
Haha. Okay,
Wrong with you.
so sorry, I have the hiccups.
It's
Okay.
not. It's the lady that passed away. Hey, be respectful.
Okay, we are going to shut off this feed. We are going to get ready for the next feed, which is the auction. We love all of you very much. Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Dusty, so much for coming in. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for coming. We are going to set up for the live auction, and come find us at 9 o'clock. You can look up Rumble for 504 to look up all of the, look up all of the images. There's more in the pot. We just don't have any more milk. If you want
Yeah,
one.
I'll have some too after the broadcast.
Okay, bye. Love you. Find us on Rumble 504 and text 403-629-7424 with your bid.
That's 403-629-7424. 403-629-7424.
Will you not smoke? Will you not smoke for 5 minutes if I give it to you? It's not working. Oh, just one?
3
You're all
at least.
popped.
One.
What's your